All right. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you got your coffee or whatever you like to drink to start your morning. So, yeah, I woke up thinking, you know, I watched some videos on breakers. I watched some setups with breakers that didn't have a fair value gap last night. And I thought, let's do some chart prep. And I want to test some breaker entries. I want to go through the chart and see if we can find some breaker entries. Get more comfortable with that. So we don't have to rely on the fair value gap, because I think sometimes that happens where we don't have a fair value gap, but we do have a, break of a high or a low or whatever. Breakers can be used to sort of like a fair value gap, actually, but they just cut through the candles. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with some chart prep. So let's look at the daily, mark out a couple of key points. We came back into the golden fib area, I think, right? Oops, wrong golden fib area. Talking about this, yeah. So we came back into the golden fib area and at a PD array, and we're heading back down now. I would expect us to try to run the low from yesterday. Obviously, keep everything in mind. It might not happen, but yeah, we could just retrace a little bit and push up. We do have a daily gap here. We have a daily gap here. But I think we have a lot of sell side to cover. I would actually really like to see it try to come through this one here. Oh, I didn't mark high of the day. Sorry, let me do that. Sell side liquidity. I want to mark these gaps. This one's important. This 4-hour one, I've been marking it out every day. I have that as a little bit of a target right now because of the golden fib we've been talking about lately. It's right in there. It's a nice 4-hour gap, and we have this, liquidity. I mean, it did grab that here, so I don't know if it'll go for the low again, but I do think it comes back down into that gap at some point. We have come down a little bit in London. You'll see there was actually a pretty nice setup on the 5-minute. If you look here, where's London? Right here. Big displacement through a swing low, came back up into it, and then sold off a little bit more. Did it? Oh, it created equal lows, and then it just went through it just now. So that's pretty cool to see. Speaking of breakers, I mean, yes, we could talk about breakers here. I believe that would be one. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. What other gaps do we think are relevant? Let's go back to the daily. I forgot to mark high of the day yesterday. Always should be aware of that. And I want to go to the 15-minute real quick to mark out midnight price. So here's midnight. I know it's probably really small on the stream. Oops, not low of day, midnight price. Okay. So you want to always mark out midnight price. It is, as you see here, right after midnight, it rallied up and then started going down. It's a sign that the downside is to come. Think of it like sort of like the box strategy, right? You have the consolidation right here. You have the first move, which is a false move, and then you have the real move, creating a gap with the break of the low. Didn't create it there, but you get the idea. The whole movement came back into that, And if we want to look for entries, I have a feeling, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? High to low, golden zone, got the fair value gap, comes right back into that for the big drop. So these are the kind of setups, oops, did not mean to do that. These are the kind of setups we're trying to find. Had a beautiful one, London Open. All right, midnight price. We'll mark 8:30 price, but we're not there yet. But yeah, we're on a pretty nice little downtrend. I'm sure this low will be taken. What I want to see for 8:30 and 8:30, yes, I want to see it, but definitely 9:30. I want to see another move similar to this, you know, popping up, just like London Open did. If you notice, London Open, 3 o'clock, it took the high from this one, right? So this one put in a high to take some liquidity. London Open grabbed that, right? So that's another one of those manipulation stage kind of things. Oh, what the heck did I just do? Oops. Damn. Hello? McFly. Alright, sorry about that. Another one of those manipulation things that you want to look for. So we're on a strong downtrend here, creating some equal lows, taking them out. If we go on a lower time frame for the London Open, you'll see it climbing up and taking that high, and then starting to go down, right? So this is baiting people into taking shorts. London opens, grabs that high where the stops are, just as one final FU to stop people out before doing the real downward push, pull back. That's the great entry. This is a great entry as well. Anyway, gaps. Let's look at the 1 hour. And let's talk about the narrative as well on the 1 hour. So what do we see here? We see a shit ton of sell side for the taking. I mean, yeah, it did sort of sweep it there. It swept all this up. Which is great. So yeah, we continue to push in pre-market toward the downside. I would really like to see a sweep of this high first and then start the drop. I mean, this is sort of what I've been looking for the last couple days, waiting for it to sort of take some highs here. We got this swing high, this high. I don't think this will be taken. I think we maybe just take something small in there. Anyway, spend enough time on this. I don't want to mark anything else out right now other than one gap that I've been watching from over here. There's a 15-minute gap that I've been watching for a while now. It doesn't show up on the fair value gap thing for some reason, but it is there, and we have been tapping into it, like you see here with the low of the day. I believe ICT has been looking at a 5-minute gap from back there and using that. I know it gets really tiny, huh? So there is this as well. But for me, that wasn't in the golden area, so I didn't put my focus on that. The golden area is actually towards the bottom of this 15-minute gap. So that's what I wanted to see. So let's see how this 5-minute gap looks. It's pretty interesting. It actually just went through it. Huh, that is very interesting. We'll leave this on there. We have another 5-minute gap down here. But let's look at the 15 again. You know, a lot of my morning is doing this, just going back and forth through the different time frames as I find stuff and see what's relevant. I'll just do the CE there. That's going to be relevant. We do have gaps here, right? We have the swing low here. We mark that out. I'm not going to worry about the gaps here because I should be able to see them throughout the day. If I think the significant thing here is going to be that swing low, so I'm not really that worried about the gap, I don't think. The gap here, what we could do is mark the CE, and maybe mark a sell side target for the top of the gap and a sell side target for the bottom of the gap. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty good prep for the day. Don't want to get too crazy with the annotations on the chart. Keep it clean as possible. But this is looking pretty good. So we got the 15-minute, we got the 5-minute, and we got the 1-minute. Now let's talk about breakers. And I just want to try to look through the chart and find some maybe from yesterday, because I think they can provide some good setup. I think they definitely provide really good setup, actually. So first, let me pull up, the YouTube video that I was watching about breakers. It's from T-Trades. You know, we talk about T-Trades a lot here because he's got some just really great videos about ICT theory. So let's pull that
entry
up
for the
real quick.
mentorship model. But
Sorry, let me turn this down. Let's go into what is a breaker block, right? Please watch this video. I have it in our Discord. I believe it's in the Discord. If it's not, I'll post it right now. Order blocks, order blocks.